Hey everyone, Don Perlman, UnveilTheWeb.com. IBM just came out with a new survey, and in that survey they say that nearly 80% of consumers are saying that marketers are completely missing the point. They are completely missing what it is the consumer wants from them. And here it is simply. The number one reason, according to the 2015 Web Usability Report, that people leave your website is because of a lack of message. This new report by IBM overwhelmingly affirms it, as well as some of the videos that they put out by consumers talking about their experiences with brands. See, we're right back to the fundamental point that technology is not your problem. It's not blogging, it's not social media, it's not all of these other things that are distractions. It's your message. Because all the other things simply follow. Your strategy should be dictated by your message. But too many of us don't know what that is, and it's killing us. It's hurting our businesses, and we are completely in denial about what's happening online. We are completely in denial about what's happening to our businesses and why our businesses are not performing the way we think they should, or our checkbooks are tight, or we have high expenses, low income. We have to turn this problem around. It's not new to any business. I mean, I was talking with a guy recently that's got a $50 million a year revenue in his business, and he literally said that the number one problem he has is that his expenses are creeping up way too tight to his revenue. This is a huge problem in the marketplace, folks. We have got to get back to the fundamentals of going and talking with and to our prospects about them and not about us. See, in these videos, there are several people in this IBM survey. I'm kind of bouncing here, I realize that, but here's the thing. They're telling us flat out in these videos that this 20-year-old single lady's talking about getting emails from a company about diapers and she doesn't have kids. What in the world is going on out here? Where is this massive disconnect happening? Why is it that consumers are finding that blogs are leaving them completely inadequate when it comes to understanding the business, and yet at the same time they will trust your blog almost 100% over an advertisement if your blog is talking to their need? And so that's the issue, folks. The real issue here is that we as consumers, by nearly 90%, are in denial, according to the IBM survey, that we have a problem. But the consumers telling us by 80% of the respondents we have a massive problem and that there's a huge disconnect between what they want and what we're telling them. We have to get back to the fundamental message of communicating to them how we're going to make a difference for them, how we're going to solve a problem, meet a need, or fulfill a desire. And that happens through a process that I teach that I think is pretty unique in the marketplace, actually. And very few people have, in my opinion, the skills to deliver the help that businesses need. And that is, number one, being able to identify the tangible values that your customers experience and how they feel about that experience. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes and think like them. Second, what problems from each tangible value are you specifically solving? And when I say specific, I mean really specific. Don't stay broad, we got to go deep. The third one is, who are we specifically solving the problem for? See, this is where the huge disconnect is at, because now we're talking to everyone instead of narrowing it down to one person. And then finally, how is your product or service a solution to the problems, needs, or desires that people have? When you can go through that process and answer those questions at an in-depth level, you suddenly discover things about your business you never knew. You discover things about your audience you weren't even aware of, including who they are, where they're hanging out at. And some of you are telling me right now, well, I already know who my audience is. You are flat out in denial, just like the 90% of marketers in the survey who said that they already know, but clearly they don't have a clue. I know that sounds harsh. But folks, we got to solve this problem for businesses if we're going to get real, and if our businesses are going to take off, and if we're going to see the type of growth we need for our businesses to thrive. I want that for you. I want that for me. We've got to get back to those things. So here's the thing. I already know most of you overwhelmingly don't know how to do this. If this is something you're interested in, jump on UnveilTheWeb.com, message me immediately, and I will love to give you an hour free of my time. No obligation, no commitment, just to talk about you and your business. I guarantee you I'll leave you with something that will help you see your business differently before we're done with our call together. So don't miss this opportunity to reach out and let's solve your problem because you're not attracting those who are able, willing, and ready to buy from you, because if you were, you wouldn't be watching this video at this point. Contact me today. Let's solve this problem together. Here's the other thing I want you to do as well. Leave me a comment on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you find this video, and tell me what you think about what I have to say here. And on YouTube and on Facebook, I'll be sure to include the link to that IBM survey so that you can see for yourself how dysfunctional we have become in our thinking because of mass marketing relative to our audiences and who we even think our audiences are, and why we're not getting the sales we deserve. So, I'm looking forward to your engagement. Thanks so much for interacting with me, and let me know how this video gave you a bit of information that you weren't aware of before.